You're welcome to KBM Sports Talks. I'm Kevin, and today we have an interview. Yes, I said interview. Yes, we haven't had an interview in a good minute. Well, we're back with these interviews, and we're coming back with a banger, with a massive interview. We have Atlanta, Texas's own Tristan Jari, Louisiana Tech defensive lineman, and he's a stud on the field. You guys gotta watch out this year on Louisiana Tech. Look out for Tristan Allen. I'm here with Louisiana Tech defensive lineman Tristan Allen, and he's from Atlanta, Texas, or Cass County. So going into out of high school, you were a two-star recruit. You were a three-star letter athlete, football, powerlifting, and track. So you had offers from Mississippi State, UTEP, and then you got looked at by Houston, TCU, Texas A&M, Texas. So what led you to go to Louisiana Tech?
Part of the reason why I came to Louisiana Tech is one, I had a great relationship with Rick Peter. He's a former coach here. He coached here my first 3 years, and then he retired early due to health issues. But I had a great relationship with him, and he was a great mentor for me and kept me out of trouble, kept my head on straight. And another reason would be, Tech is only probably about an hour and 45 minutes down the road from me. And my hometown, small hometown of Atlanta, Texas, and Rushing, Louisiana had the same vibe and like Southern hospitality and whatnot. So that was the main deciding factor for me to come to Louisiana Tech. And plus, I have family in Louisiana, North Louisiana. So, it was a no-brainer for me.
So you were a rabbit in high school,
Yeah.
then you went to a bulldog. Which one did you like better, being a rabbit or being a bulldog?
I'd say Bulldog. That's obviously a no-brainer because, there was a major maturing factor in up in my game to come into college than being at the level of high school. Anybody can play in high school, but it takes a certain special athlete to be able to play at Division I football level, and then it takes an extraordinary athlete to make it on to the next level. So
you were redshirt your freshman year, and ever since your redshirt freshman year, you played in at least a game a year. And your first start was last year, your junior year. So what would you say has been the biggest obstacle in your 4 years at college that you've had to face?
Oh, I'm going to correct you on that one. My first start was my red shirt sophomore year.
Oh, they like
so. Yeah, that was the year we went to the Independence Bowl. So Willie Baker, he was playing in front of me. That's when I was playing outside linebacker. He was playing in front of me at UAB. He tore his ACL, and I started the rest of the game. But we played UTSA after that, and that was my first ever career start. And then I started the bowl game. So those were my first two career starts. But I don't know why our athletic page online doesn't have that updated.
Yeah, I apologize for that because that's what I apologize for that because it said your junior year is your first start. So I apologize.
No,
and Southern Miss.
Yeah, Southern Miss was my third career start, but I was playing injured that game, and I shouldn't have been playing, but I was just trying to lay it on the line for my teammates.
Yeah. So last year, with COVID and everything, I know you guys went to BYU and TCU. There was no crowds. So you didn't really get to see the atmosphere. So in your redshirt freshman year, your redshirt sophomore year, what was the biggest or the hardest atmosphere you had to play against?
So my redshirt freshman year, I'll give you two of them. So, three actually. So we went to Mississippi State. We got obliterated 45-3, I think it was. And their fans were rowdy. Then that same year, we went to LSU, Death Valley. So anybody that's ever played there in that stadium knows how that stadium is. I mean, you can hear the crowd from the interstate I-10 in Baton Rouge, and I mean, it was so loud in there that it almost sounded quiet, but everybody was still yelling at the whole game. I know that sounds weird, but
I mean, just because it's so loud and you're like in the moment.
That same year, at the end of the year, we went down to Hawaii for the
Hawaii Bowl.
Yeah, for the Hawaii Bowl, and their fans were pretty rowdy. They had a bunch of Polynesians and whatnot. And, I mean, they were into the game, but we ended up winning that game 31-17.
Nice. Then, so this year you go back to Mississippi State. Your first game, you go against Mississippi State again. You seniors would know what it's like down there.
Yeah.
Over there. Are you prepared for that again?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, that's something that I've been prepared for. I've been prepared for since my like you said, my redshirt freshman year, and actually playing in that game. And so, I mean, I know what to expect. It's just getting the younger guys on board to teach them the way and let them understand what the older guys expect of them, and obviously the coaches expect of them. So, I mean, it's just a learning process for the younger guys. I mean, the older guys, we know what to expect. We played on that big stage multiple times before, so
yeah. And you get that revenge on them.
Oh yeah.
You talked about earlier, Power Fives. They're not as good as some people think. There's some Power Fives that can prove that they can beat them, and it's proven in a lot of things. A lot of games have been proven. And like Louisiana Tech is one of those teams that every year they have a great team. Every year people have got to be on the lookout for them because they will pull some upsets off. Even if they have a bad season, they will still have one win under their belt that is a surprise win that nobody really expected.
And I think that game for us this past season was probably the UAB game. UAB, because we were going into that game. We had guys injured and whatnot. I actually played that game with COVID.
Did you?
I did. I just know that I didn't feel good, and I had been COVID tested that morning because I just woke up not feeling good. But I mean, the test came back negative, and then the test the next day
came back positive.
It's
one of those weird ones where like you're good one day and then the next day it comes back positive, and you're just like,
yeah. But UAB, it was on Halloween. That was our upset game. So I mean, we were behind probably about 17 points, and then Milton Williams led the charge for us. Basically, that's the simple way to put it. Because I only played 15 snaps that game because that was his best career game, and he just showed out, and led the team to a win. So I mean, I was gladly play my 15 snaps and let him lead the way for us to win. And he's obviously with the Philadelphia Eagles right now, so
good for him. Like one day or probably next draft, it'll probably be the same thing. Maybe with the Eagles, we don't know. So you're saying with the telling, I remember we were talking about the Mississippi State. You said about the young guys. So what is is there a motto you guys have? Because I know you had that sign. I think that sign behind you says 4 to 6 seconds. Is that one of your mottos that you guys push into or you guys say to the freshmen and underclassmen?
So in our room, since I played D lineman, obviously, we teach the young guys, freshmen, sophomore, we driving into them, drilling into their heads that 4 to 6 seconds of relentless effort, which is about the length of an average college football play.
Yeah.
I mean, if you give all out effort for 4 to 6 seconds, you will be all right. So, I mean, if you can do that for every play that you're in, you will grade. That's we have a thing, a grading system called grading a winner. If you get over a certain percentage, you grade a winner. And so we always drive that into their heads. Give all you got for as many plays you're in. Give it all you got for as many plays you're in, and you will grade a winner. So that's that's like our kind of like our reward system at like on Sundays after games is we do like a little reward ceremony and get like little T-shirts and stuff out. So that's like, and at the end of the year we give out a big plaque for all the guys that graded winners for more than eight games, 8 games or more. They get a plaque with their picture on it and their name on it. It's called Victor's Club at the end of the year. But
You got any of those?
Not yet.
You gonna get?
I should have, but
You gonna
not
get them
yet.
this year?
Yeah, I think I got pretty close. I had like 7, and I only needed one more, and I think I was like one play away from getting it. What, 2 years ago?
Dang.
Literally one play.
Going into Louisiana Tech, they are the Bulldogs. They have a rich history. They really, if you guys if you look back in the history, they have a really good rich history. Terry Bradshaw played at Louisiana Tech. You guys is that like something that's talked about like be a legend, like something like that? Like
Yeah. So literally every year we have guys going into the league. So in the past year, so I think my freshman year, we had I want to say like 2 guys get undrafted free agent deals, and then my redshirt freshman year, which would be my sophomore year, we had Jalen Ferguson and O'Shea Dugas. Jalen Ferguson is still with the Baltimore Ravens right now. Then my redshirt sophomore year, we obviously had Amik Robinson. Amik Robinson, he's with the Las Vegas Raiders. Then we had.
I think I've heard of the Ferguson, or I've heard of Ferguson.
Yeah.
And Robinson sounds familiar.
And then that same year, my redshirt sophomore year, we had L'Jarius Sneed. Obviously, everybody's probably heard of him.
Yeah.
He's with the Chiefs. And then this past season, we just had Milton Williams.
Milton Williams, he's gonna make his name in Philly.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Hopefully, it's not gonna be Cowboys, but we'll get into talk about that. We won't talk about that. He's from Texas, but he don't like the Cowboys. He's a Carolina Panthers fan, you guys.
Oh yeah.
You guys want to tell the background to why you like the Carolina Panthers?
Oh yeah, I'll tell it. No problem. So back in 6th grade, when I was a little 6th grader, me and a couple of my buddies, we were in art class, and we decided, name off your favorite NFL football team, and everybody was naming off Cowboys, which I despise. Some guys are naming off the Saints and Houston Texans, like local teams that are not too far from us. And I was just like, they got to me, and I was like, I don't really have a team. I went and did my research, and the next day I came back and said the Carolina Panthers because, one, obviously I like their colors. I'm being young, so I didn't really know too much about the players. And then like I said, I did my research and watched a few games and whatnot. I liked their how their offense played, and I loved how their defense played. Me being a defensive-minded player, obviously. And then it just boiled down to, I like the schemes that they're in. So, it was a no-brainer after that. After me doing my research and whatnot, I've been a Carolina Panthers fan since then. I wear my lanyard in my pocket, my phone cases have the Panthers logo on it. Everybody knows. All my teammates know I'm a Carolina Panthers fan. I got Carolina Panthers floor mats in my car, Carolina Panthers sticker on my back window on my car. So, I'm proudly flown it, so I don't really care.
So, who was your favorite player growing up? Like, Carolina Panthers they've always had a pretty decent defense, honestly. They've always had, some big names on that defense. So, who has been, your favorite defensive player that you grew up loving?
So, Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis, the 2 inside linebackers. Both of them have since retired, but, when they were playing, they were shutting out everything. They were running sideline to sideline. I mean, it was always competition to get to the ball first between the two. I mean, you can see that and go back and watch some of their interviews, and they'll say it was a competition to get to the ball, who had the most tackles and whatnot. At the end of the day, I mean, they were only making each other better. So, I mean, I love that about their game. And offensive-wise, obviously Cam Newton, because I like the style that he brought to the game. I mean, he was a dual-threat quarterback. He'd throw it, and then he could tuck it and run it through any gap that he wanted to and run over D-linemen, linebackers, safeties, corners, whatever got in his way, he was running you over.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's still not throwing not much anymore for the Patriots, but he could still run it though.
Yeah, most definitely.
So let's get into NFL for a little bit. So you're a Panthers fan with Matt Rule as the head coach. Do you trust him? Do you have faith in him? Do you like what he's been doing so far? What he's done in the draft, as he did? I mean, you do. I know you don't like the Cowboys, and so when they took J.C. Horn.
Mm-hmm.
What was your reaction to that? Because everyone knew that's where the Cowboys are going to probably go pick at next.
I felt like that was a good pick for us. I mean, because we need to build a little bit of depth at the cornerback position. But I mean, that was, and then like keeping him close. He was at South Carolina, so I mean, I felt like that was kind of like one of the no-brainer picks of the draft for the Panthers, in my opinion. So I mean, that was a good pick for us.
And then you like Sam Darnold as the
No.
team? You don't like him?
No.
Why do you not like him?
He's horrible.
He's never had. If you think about New York, he never really had a great coach.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, when he was, when he first got into the league, everybody was hyping him up. Sam Darnold's going to be the next great thing.
He had Crazy Eye Gates as his head coach. Yeah. I mean, he didn't really have a great coach, head coach to help him. You give him that out. I think everyone's got to he does suck. He does suck. But I think they've got to give him another see what he does with Carolina. Give him a chance to see, because you never know. Maybe it was just because you've seen players leave a team, then next thing you know, be God on the team. It's I know this is not football, but it's like basketball. When the Lakers got rid of Jordan Clarkson, and then with Utah, he won the 6th Man of the Year. So who knows? Maybe you'll see something like that. But I don't think he'll get as much tattoos as Jordan Clarkson did when he left. But
I mean, hopefully, in my opinion, he does prove me wrong. But I mean, from what he's shown in the recent years that he's been in the league, I mean, he hasn't really done anything great. So I mean, when they dropped the news about us picking him up, I was like, man, we could have went with anybody else.
I think that there's going to be a lot of teams that people are going to be surprised about. I honestly do think that the Titans, I love that pickup with Julio.
Mm-hmm.
But my only worry is Tannehill has numbers. He has some good numbers, but it matters which Tannehill it is. If it's that Tannehill that was 2 years ago, when he didn't just hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, which is not a bad thing to do.
Yeah, that's not a bad option.
No, but I feel like if he has his throwing good, I feel like they can make a good run in the playoffs this year. But it matters. I think it all matters on Tannehill, not Derrick Henry.
Yeah, because Derrick Henry is a beast running the ball anyway. So I mean, it just the passing has to come along for them. So I mean, if Tannehill has even just a above average year, I mean, it'd still be good.
A subpar, I think he would be actually really good. Not if he has an average. I mean, he was kind of average this year. A little, he may have been he was teetering on the below average, and then average. But I mean, he had a year that people underestimate, and I feel like that would happen to a good amount of things too. If you think about what the Patriots did this last season, they did better than I think most of us thought they would. No one expected them until me and you talked about this before. Until the COVID happened, Cam Newton was doing pretty well. He was borderline in the MVP talks. But then when all the COVID stuff happened in the Patriots, everything went downhill, it seemed like. So you think now they picked up Mac Jones. They did all this. They picked up all these free agents. What do you see with the Patriots this year?
Speaking of Mac Jones, I think that they'll be pretty good. I mean, if Cam even has like a little slump, they just throw Mac Jones in there. But when you brought up his name, I was thinking about how they got him in that 50 jersey or whatever it is.
Yeah, 55 jersey or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's why I was smiling. But yeah, I think he's like some of their little mini camp highlights or whatever you want to call it. Mac Jones was doing actually pretty good. He was doing better than Cam in some situations, but I mean, overall, it's better to have a veteran in front of you, showing you the ropes and whatnot, and instead of just be throwing out there in the deep end and told to swim. So
like
I mean,
what they did with Joey Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think Mac Jones will be pretty good if he gets the playing time that he deserves. So I mean, we'll just see when the season comes.
Yeah, and it's just a good thing too, like what you said, having a good veteran in front of him, and a veteran too that's been to the Super Bowl, that knows what it's like, that has been in all those as many as high like pressure situations and clutch moments. Cam Newton's been in basically all those, and I feel like it's a great thing to have. And honestly, it's a Heisman winner, Cam Newton, and then almost a quarterback for a Heisman winner. If you think about it, I mean, so they both. One's a Heisman winner, one's a I don't know. I'm going with that one. My brain was doing it, and then I was like, okay. Then I said it, and I was like, no, that's not what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of that. I think we did pretty good on that. The only thing, my last question would be, so you're at Louisiana Tech. The colors are blue, white, and red. I forgot the red. You guys got icy white uniforms. You got all blue uniforms. You got all red uniforms. What uniform is your favorite? Do you like those icy whites? Do you like the all blue, or do you like the all red, or do you like a mixture of something?
So my number one overall favorite is all white. I love all white, and I think we all just look good in all white, especially looking back on film and seeing us on, like, if we play on ESPN, watching the highlights and stuff. We really just look good in all white. And my second favorite uniform would be blue jerseys, white pants. I love that. With our especially like with our white tights up underneath our pants.
Yeah.
That looks good. And my least favorite is all red. I hate all red because those are, I mean, it's still Adidas, so it's just a different type of jersey and pants. The jersey is really heavy and the pants fit. The pants are nice, but the jerseys are horrible. So red is my least favorite uniform.
So what would be your, like, if you were to make one for Louisiana Tech, like your own jersey for Louisiana Tech, what would your jersey be? Like, what would your outfit?
So back in the 80s and before that, we had a baby blue jersey. And
you got me with baby blue. That's my favorite color.
Yeah. So there's talks about bringing that jersey back.
When I looked up the uniforms, I saw that there's rumors. The rumors are floating. I cannot wait if that happens.
Yeah. So they said that the earliest that it will be back is next season, not this coming season, but next season. So that'll be my last year.
So you will
get with COVID, I got an extra year, obviously.
Oh yeah, so you'll get 1 year with them probably.
Yeah, so this year, without COVID, this year would have been my last year, but with COVID, obviously, I got an extra year. But hopefully, the donors and whatnot, they bring that, they make that happen. So
will it be will it be just the jersey, or will it be like pants too?
I've talked with the head equipment guy all the time. Me and him really close. He said it'd be the light blue jersey, baby blue jersey.
Yeah.
Have white and red stripes on the sleeves and whatnot. Yeah. And the pants will probably be white. Like, it'll be basically as throwback as possible, as he possibly can get it.
Yeah. So what would the helmet be? All white or white and then?
If I'm not mistaken, the helmets back then were red. So, I mean, there wouldn't really be too much of a change with the helmets, except probably like a logo or something.
A baby blue helmet with the baby blue. When you were saying that, I was thinking about, what if a baby blue helmet and then the baby blue jersey and then white pants with a baby blue line, red and blue line on them. What do you think about those?
That would probably be fire, but I mean, that's something that the donors got to get behind, head coach got to get behind, and the equipment guy, he's all for it. But I mean,
promote it. To start promoting it. Be like, I was on an
oh
interview
yeah,
with
I've been
KBN
promoting it.
Sports. I was on an interview with KBN Sports Talk, and he said this great idea for this. Like,
Yeah, I'm all for that because I mean, I would like because all the other sports. So the Lady Texas, which is our women's basketball
yeah,
team, is mainly the only sport that wears that jersey, the baby blue color. But the past 2 years, our baseball team has been wearing it.
Yes, that's
And
what I was gonna say. I saw the baseball team wearing them, and
the men's basketball team wore it,
one
I think, the
time.
past 2 years.
Because I saw it once on the Conference USA. They were in. They made it the semifinals in basketball, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing it, and I remember like saying like the awesome jersey. It's got like the old text on it. It's got like that like cursive. I love
Yep.
that. And imagine that. That's what it got to be look like though. I think for the football, if it's gonna have something, have it a little bit cursive, kind of like maybe that cursive descript. Like
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
And then like so it's been baseball, women's basketball, men's basketball, and I think the last one should be us. Obviously,
Yeah.
I mean, or we should just like next year. Next year should be like like a throwback year for all the sports and all the
What
sports.
Tulane does.
Throwback.
Tulane
Yeah.
did. They literally went with all. They went back to those baby blue ones. They're baby blue and
Yeah.
those are.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That's what the image came in my head. That's the jersey that came in my head when I thought of the baby blue helmet and stuff like that. That's what came in my head. I'm like, that would be a cool that design in my head, but not with the green, obviously. But like
Yeah.
that would look honestly fire.
I think baby blue and red and white go together good because I mean, looking back at some of our old pictures when like legends like Fred Dean were here. Rest in peace to him. He passed away this past year due to COVID. And just like looking back at pictures of him when he was playing and seeing how he looked in a uniform and other legends that have been here and played in the past, just seeing how they look in the baby blue uniform, it looks good on them. So I think that'll be something that hopefully we get to do next year, my last year.
Hopefully. If I see it, then they'll be the first one I'll text. Be like, hey, they came out. I'll be like, they came
out. Yeah, we could do another interview on it.
Definitely. That would be awesome. We can do another interview another day. So that was an amazing interview with Tristan Allen, Louisiana Tech defensive lineman. Thank you, Tristan, for doing this interview with me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I mean, anything to help out a fellow football fan and connoisseur. I mean, anything to help out, man. Anytime. And I could put you on with some of my other teammates if that's something that you're into.
That would be awesome. Like that really would be. And